Okay. Well, hey, there we go. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to spend a little bit of the end of your work week with us. We hope that this has been a good week for you, and we hope that you have a great weekend coming your way. We appreciate you spending some time with us, and hopefully, we can give you some information that's useful to you. If you were on our news site today on workerscompensation.com, I think you did find some useful information on there, at least some good ones. And as I've mentioned before, Dr. Claire Musselman, is in the middle of a leadership series that is really on point, really fantastic. And today's entry in that series is no exception to the rule. So let's take a look at that real quick here. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get going on this. And it's always a little bit of a trick, but here we go. Let you know what we have going on workerscompensation.com. So here we are. You hit the homepage there, you go to workerscompensation.com. The first thing that hits you is our lead story today, and it's leading with joy. And it sounds basic. You want to have a joyful workplace, but the sort of paradigm shift that Dr. Musselman challenges us to engage in mentally and then hopefully in application is, instead of having this idea or goal that the result is a good feeling about work, how about if joy is the strategy that gets you to a good place at work? And that does take some leadership. That's not easy to do, but fortunately, she has expertise, experience, and knowledge, and shares that with us in this article. So I encourage you to read that if you're interested in developing your leadership, even if you're not in a quote unquote managerial capacity. These are the kinds of things that you can build into the workplace where, with a little bit of a mindset shift and a little bit of just caring about what's going on with your fellow employees, you can make this happen. And there's some of the tips there that she lays out for us. And this is what you can do for yourself first, and then what you can do sort of in the bigger picture, for others, not just working on you, but kind of setting it in motion in your workplace. And whatever kind of segment that you lead, wherever your leadership is, you can pull this in. And I love this number 2 right here: encourage teams to personalize their joy triggers. And that's an interesting point there. That's really tapping into your team and kind of figuring out what makes them tick. Because the one thing about it is, if you are able to do what it is that turns your crank, that really pushes you on at work, you're going to be productive. It's going to be just a much better experience for everyone. And I think that kind of thing is something that we need to focus more on. Make what makes this more fun, what makes this more enjoyable, what makes this really something that I need to sink my teeth into, want to sink my teeth into. It's that want to, that drive, that makes the difference between good and great, if you ask me. And Dr. Musselman spells that out there. And then this is an important one too, because there are certain people that really are able to bring that kind of energy into the workplace, and some that that's just not their thing, and that's okay. But that figuring out where that balance is, and who the joy makers, that she said, the ones that bring that joyful energy with them, they're the ones that you can work with to sort of balance things out and keep that nice energy going in your group. So check that out. And then, of course, like I said, we're about halfway or so through her latest leadership series. And go ahead, and if you haven't, if you missed one or two on there, just click on her name, and then I'll take you to the other entries in the series and everything that she's ever written on workerscompensation.com, for that matter. So there you go. And something that we hope is joyful to you in a small sort of way is our next comp and circumstance gathering. So, like we mentioned all the time, we've got social media everywhere. We've got X, we've got LinkedIn, and of course, we've got Facebook. So if you're on Facebook scrolling around today, there you'll see the flyer for our upcoming comp and circumstance gathering. That's going to be May 15th at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that's the kind of thing that honestly, there's nothing formal to it. It's not sales. It's nothing like that. It's just getting together, having a chat. You can share what's going on with your organization, with you personally, whatever it is that you want, and kind of connect with people around the workers' compensation space. I'm not going to sell it as some, life-changing thing, but, if you want to take 30 minutes out of your day next Thursday as you're starting to wind up your week, if you've got the time and need a little break, maybe pour yourself a cup of coffee and, join us together. But there it is, May 15th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you so desire, drop me an email at Ferrari@workerscompensation.com. That's Foxtrot, Echo, Romeo, Echo, Romeo, Indigo at workerscompensation.com. And I will send you the link. And, if you're talking about events, well, that's one of the many things that we cover on Simply Research. You can get that free trial. And before we get to that, let's talk about Simply Research. So let me call up Simply Research there, see what's going on today's updates and things like that. So, as always, I like to check out the what's new. I'm always itching to see what's new. And I know there's a couple things that are new because I've gone ahead and added them to the list there. And there's 2 new events. Now we have an events calendar. It's free of charge. If you have an event that you know of or that you're associated with in some way, bring it to us. We'll put it on our calendar. So there's a couple that are happening, and the one is the one that I'm inviting you to, Comp and Circumstance. That's ours coming up on the 15th. And then Wisconsin, IABAC's Central States Spring Seminars coming up. That's going to be in June. And there's the dates on that, and that'll take you to the registration link. So, those are the kinds of things that you can find in addition to compliance materials on Simply Research. We got the events. And as I say, if you have an event or something going on, send it to us and we will post it there free of charge, and we'll let people know that it's up there. And so, speaking of free of charge, would you like a free week of Simply Research? I think you would, because you look like a smart person. Are you a smart person? Am I right? You are a smart person. So we're going to go ahead and check out how to get a free 7 days worth of Simply Research. Even if you don't do this, if you're ready to sign up, you're still getting a bargain, because you can get a subscription for as low as $99 a month. And that's going to be tough to beat. But anyway, you're not sure, you don't know if you need it or not. You can go right here, hit this button for a free trial, and then you can check out all these things that we keep telling you about on Simply Research. 7 days. Give you a chance to go through each one of these things on here to see if it's anything that's useful to you. You can go to your state. Let's say you're up here in New Hampshire. Live free or die. That's what you do in New Hampshire. And you're looking for some cases. Well, boom, there you go. You go to the court opinions, and everything that we've got on New Hampshire is right there. And, it's nothing to sneeze at. We've got 176 New Hampshire cases. If there's some that you want us to add, let us know. We'll go get them for you. We'll find them and we'll upload them for you. If you want a summary for a case, let us know. We do have some summaries on there, but if there's one that you would like summarized, let us know and we'll do it. We're responsive to our customers' needs. And we'll make sure that we take care of you. So anyway, those are the kinds of things that you can find on there. Let's say you're in Montana and you're interested in, some compliance summaries. Go there. And you want to know about wage benefits or something like that. Just go on, click on down, and that'll tell you cost of living adjustments. Boom. That gives you the latest information and the statutory reference there. Boom. So the Montana Compensation Act allows an adjustment of permanent total disability benefits for the cost of living on post, after July 1st, 1987. So we're going to be rolling into AWW update season pretty soon, but there's the information. We've got that and so much more for 53 U.S. jurisdictions. So that's something to check out, something that we're offering you a free trial, 7 days. You like it, maybe sign up for that $99 a month. It's worth it. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We want to help you. We want to hear from you. We want to know what's going on and how we can better serve you. And speaking of service, why don't you serve your mom Mother's Day dinner, breakfast, brunch, whatever it is? Go ahead and make sure that you take care of mom this weekend. Make sure she has a good Mother's Day weekend, not just Sunday. I mean, is it really that bad to try to help the moms in your life for 2 days this weekend? I mean, is that really too much to ask? And if you're like me and you like to be nerdy, why don't you go on to the Smithsonian site here, and you can learn all about the history of Mother's Day. Don't wait until Saturday night at 9:30 to try to go out to Walmart and get a card and whatever pick through flowers they've got left. It's Friday, once you wrap up work, see what you can do, maybe even tomorrow morning if you're busy, but more than anything, take the stress off the moms in your life this weekend as much as you can. They deserve it. They, 364 days a year, they're busting their butts for everyone else. Help them out. All right. And to the moms out there, happy Mother's Day. And thank you for all that you do for all of us. Where would we be without you? All right. Well, I appreciate you all stopping by. Hope you have a great weekend. And thank you so much for spending some of your time with us. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you.